Good morning, sir.
Good morning, guys. Just wait for a few minutes. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes. Sure.
Good morning, everyone, guys. Wait for a few minutes. We'll start. Those who have not entered their name, please join the class with your name. Like this is the Lenovo. You can unable to trace it out. Who is this guy exactly? Can you change your name? Log. Good morning, everyone. I hope you can hear me, right?
Yeah, yes, hear me.
Nice.
Yeah. Everyone can see my screen, right?
Oh, yeah, yes.
Yes, sir.
Fine. Thank you. Thanks for it. Uh, Actually, I have planned this demo session into two parts. It's not possible for me to cover the whatever I want to explain in the demo in one session. It's not possible. So I splitted this demo into two parts, session one and session two. Today we are discussing about, as a part of session one, we are discussing about what is an SAP, what is an ERP, and history of the SAP, and what are the projects that may have in the SAP, and other small topics we will see. Tomorrow, in the tomorrow session, we are going to see detailed discussion about the FICO module and what we are going to learn and what we have to do in the SAP as a FICO consultant, and later what are the servers options we have to practice it, and what is the content of the course. All those parts we will discuss tomorrow. Today we are strictly and we are restricted to introduction to the SAP and necessity of the SAP and what is an ERP and history. We will look into these concepts. So if I mix these two concepts now, you will confuse that what is an SAP, what is an FICO, so that I split it into two parts. So whatever I am teaching you right now, this is not a very important topic that you have to by heart, that you have to learn, not like that. It is just a brief about the SAP. Whether you know it or not know it, it's not a problem at all. But you better to know before, once you are doing the course in the SAP, you just need to know a little bit about the what is an SAP. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, the SAP, we should not call it as a SAP. It is not a word. Every word of every letter of this word we need to pronounce it separately. This SAP, we should not call it as a SAP. We have to pronounce it as a SAP. SAP stands for Systems, Application, and Products in Data Processing. This is the abbreviation of the SAP. What is an SAP? What is an SAP means? It is one of the ERP. SAP is not only the ERP, it is one of the ERP. What exactly ERP can do, the same thing SAP can do. You no need to look into SAP what it can do exactly. If you understand what is an ERP, the same definition is equally 100% applicable to the SAP. ERP means Enterprise Resource Planning. Enterprise Resource Planning. One second, guys. If you guys are facing issue to join the class. One second, please. I'm sorry, guys. So, what is an ERP? First, we will look into business process. Then I'll explain the what is an ERP. I given one diagram here. Say there is a customer. This customer is approach one company sales department. He has ordered a product. Then the sales department, you observe this number, sir. What is the first line? What is second line like that? The sales department, they went for the stores department. They have verified that the stock is ordered by the so and so customer is available here or not available. If the stock is not available, then the sales department approaches the production department. Sales department approaches the production department. Then this production department, it wants to produce the product as required by the sales department. In case when the sales department did the inquiry for the product is available or not, if the product is available at the stores, then it immediately delivers the goods to the customer. In case if stock is not available, then this sales department need to approach the production department. Again, this production department, it has to plan for manufacturing. Whatever the orders they have received, according to as per their orders, they have to do the production. What production department will do? This production department will again go to the stores. They will check for the raw material is available or not. Sales department, what it has checked? Finished goods available or not. This production department looking for whether the raw material is available to produce the product or not. In case, assume that raw material is not available, then what they need to do? This inventory department or stores department, they need to approach purchase department. This purchase department, they approach vendors. What? So inventory department or stores department, they will raise a requisition to the purchase department. Then as per that purchase requisition, this purchase department approaches the different vendors for raw material. As per the agreement between the company and the vendor deliver the goods at factory. So as per the production planning, the factory will produces the raw material. Produces the finished goods. Once the finished goods are available at factory, this department informs to the sales department, as per your order, production is ready. Production is ready. Then sales department will deliver the goods to the customer. Every department over here, if they have need for the human capital, like employees, every department is approaches the HR department. Actually, I have not drawn the lines because it will become clumsy. That's why I have not drawn. Just I'm explaining. So here, what you understand, the flow, whatever I explain, is very smooth flow. Here, there is a point. What is that point? Whether the company is maintaining the centralized database or decentralized database? Which one the company is following? If any organization is not following the centralized database, means it is a decentralized. What do you mean by decentralized? We will, in case if the organization is following the centralized database, we will call it as a ERP. ERP. So what is the issues are there in the decentralized? Because of issues or drawbacks which are there in the decentralized database, over a period of time, they have developed the centralized database. Assuming that this organization is following the decentralized example. So customer, they call to the company sales department, they have ordered some product. If the sales department is not having access to inventory database, means whether the product is available or not, if the sales department is unable to check, it means what? Every organization, every department in the company have its own database. Sales department is having own database. Inventory is having its own database. Every department here is having own database. Own database. So if the sales department is unable to check whether the material is available or not, then it has to approach the inventory department that please check and let me know whether the material is available or not. Previously, it is able to see everything. But right now in the decentralized database system, it cannot do the inquiry. It can directly see the data of the inventory management. It has to approach the department. They have to ask them, you check that whether the material is available or not. So what you notice here, it takes a lot of time to do the inquiry. During this time, do you think that customer will wait? Definitely, this customer will not wait. Definitely look for the another opportunity. Again, if after some period or after some time, they have received the information that inventory is not available, finished good. Then again, sales department need to approach the production department. I need so and so material to be produced in so and so time. Again, this production department need to approach the inventory department that please check raw material is available or not. Again, it is do the inquiry. If the material is available, if inventory is not available, then they have to tell the storage department to the purchase department, purchase this so and so material. Here, the flow is became very lengthy and it takes a lot of time because the reason is because there is no centralized database. Every department in the organization is maintaining the separate database. Separate database. If it is centralized database, the sales department can see the data maintained by the inventory department. The inventory is not available, then I give the order to the production department. Then production department check for the raw material immediately. Then if the stock is not available, then inventory department raises the requisition to the production purchase department. The purchase department go for the vendor to deliver the raw material as per the requirement. Then vendor immediately deliver the goods to the factory. Then factory will produce the product and inform to the sales department. Sales department will deliver the goods. After delivery, the sales department will inform to the finance department about what? what the revenue they have generated. Means customer billing. The finance department, again, since we have purchased the material from the vendor, they need to make the payment to the vendor. The flow is very smooth, but in decentralized database, it is not like that. So when it is possible, there is a common database. There is a common database, assuming that this ERP is a centralized database system. So the data is available in the centralized server. Everyone can access to the database. Why they need to do access? What's the reason? As we discussed, in every organization, there are many departments are there. Every department in the organization, they need to communicate with the other department daily for different purposes. Yes, they need to communicate each other. In the decentralized database system, it is not possible to communicate with other departments so easily. By understanding all the drawbacks which are there in the non-ERP systems, over a period of time, they have developed a system called ERP. What this ERP will do? What this ERP will do? It is a software used by the organization to manage their day-to-day business activities. It is a software used by the management to manage the day-to-day business activities, such as accounting related activities, procurement, marketing, project management, whatnot, all business activities, in order to optimal usage of resources. In order to optimal use of resources. What are the resources? Resources like money, material, manpower, machinery, marketing, methods, etc. So, enterprise means an organization. It is using its resources successfully to optimize its resources, to optimize its result. Optimum uses of its resources. So it is the ERP integrates the different parts of the organization in single platform via software. So as we discussed, there are different departments are there, right? All these departments are integrated into a single platform to free flow of information or for easy communication between organizations. The one of the greatest option in the ERP is it can be accessed from anywhere of the world, either through web or application or. So I hope you understand what is an ERP right now. So whatever the ERP can do, all functions SAP can do, because SAP is one of the ERP. I hope you got it. So if you read the definition of the ERP, then it means you read the definition of SAP itself. You may have the question, like what? Is SAP only the ERP? Not like that. Not like that. In the market, there are a number of ERP tools are there. Example, SAP, Oracle Finance, PeopleSoft, JD Edwards, Bank. You can see many ERPs, right? If you are working in the accounts in any company, they are using different softwares. Then, even though all these ERPs are available in the market, amongst all the ERPs, undoubtedly we can say that SAP is the market leader. SAP is the market leader. Almost 70 to 75 percentage market is taken by the SAP itself in the ERP environment. You may have the doubt. What is another doubt? If this is an ERP, this is an ERP, everything is equally working, right? ERP means what? Whatever we discussed over here, that features are provided by the a tool, software. So these features are not only provided by the SAP, other ERPs also providing. Then you may have the doubt. Then why companies they are going for the SAP instead of other ERPs? Why organizations are going for SAP instead of other ERPs? Yes. Because the SAP is becoming market leader because of its standard business process. Because of its standard business process. What do you mean by standard business process? Before designing this SAP, the team from the SAP, they have understand the complete procedure of the each industry. Industry means what? Take banking industry, oil and gases, mining industry, retail industry, manufacturing industry. You see any industry, the banking activity, the activities taken in the banking is different from the mining industry, right? Oil and gas, they have separate set of business procedure. Retail is having separate set of business procedure. So this SAP, after understanding the industries, they have designed the standard business process. This standard business process is not there in the other ERPs. So it has been built only in the SAP. Because of the standard business process, this SAP is became the market leader in the ERP environment. Then what do you mean by standard business process? What is standard business process? You may have the doubt, right? I'll explain with an example. So here I'm explaining one of the standard business process in the SAP, not all, not possible to explain all business processes. Say, just now we have seen that, right? In the ERP, there is a factory. There is a factory for the purpose of manufacturing. It needs a raw material. It needs a raw material. This raw material is not available in the factory. Then the factory it take the material from the stores, that is godown. As we know that the material is kept at godown, right? So the how the factory department communicating with the godowns through goods requisition. They will raise a requisition. In the requisition, nothing but a form. In that form, they will mention that we need so and so material with so and so quantity and so and so grade of material. So the requisition received by the stores department. The stores department, if the raw material is available at in the stores. Immediately, they will issue the raw material for the production to the factory as per the goods requisition. In case in godown, that is in the stores itself, the stock is not available. Then whom they have to approach? They will approach the purchase department. They will raise a requisition. We call it as a purchase requisition. The stores department will raise a purchase requisition to the purchase department. Purchase department, as per the requisition, they will procure the material. What is the process to procure the material? The purchase department first approaches the different vendors, different or various vendors. So this purchase department invite the quotations from the vendors. I need, say for example, I need 5 tons of steel with this quality, At what rate you can give that? Within the period in which you can deliver the goods, what are the terms and conditions are there? And how long you wait for the payment, right? So the purchase department asks the quotations from the vendor. Then vendor, they will send the quotations. You see the arrow marks, right? They will send the quotations. In the quotation, they clearly mention that. What they will mention? At what price they are going to give, within which period they can deliver. Very simple example. Whenever you want to purchase a laptop, whenever you want to purchase a laptop, you have some specifications like 8 GB RAM, 1 TB hard disk, or 512 SSD, some specifications. You will check the laptop in the Flipkart, you will check the same laptop in the Amazon, and you can go for the Reliance Digital or Chroma or Bajaj Electronics. So what you are doing the inquiry from various vendors at what in which from which vendor you are getting the same laptop for less price. So like that, the purchase department will take the quotations from the various vendors. So out of all quotations received, any one vendor will be finalized. Once the vendor is finalized, then purchase department create the PO, means purchase order. In the purchase order, they will clearly mention that what material they required, what price they are taking, where they need to deliver the goods, everything they will clearly mention in the purchase order. That purchase order will be sent to the vendor. To which vendor? The vendor who has been finalized. Then the vendor, as per the purchase order, deliver the goods. Who will receive the goods once it delivered? The goods are received by the stores department. Or if they mention the factory address, they can directly go to the factory, whatever it is. So once goods are received, generally what you are expecting? Here, there should be an accounting entry. Like what? They have received the goods, right? They have to record inventory values. They have to record vendor liability. Once goods are received, need to post a information related to the goods, information related to the vendor. Once invoice is booked, then what? Once invoice is booked, they have to make payment to the vendor, right? As per the terms and conditions, either 30 days credit period or immediate payment or 50 days credit period, 60 days credit period. Accordingly, they have to make the payment. So this is one of the standard business process which is given in the SAP, for procurement of the material. The same way, n number of standard business procedures are there for sales, for production, or for different activities. All these are, yeah, Ashish, you have raised your hand.
Uh, Sir, I have a doubt. You said goods received GRN. Who will rise here? Is vendor is sending to uh, the department with the invoice while sending the good, or
Yeah,
this is generated by godown stores department, the
yeah.
GRN.
See, say for example, vendor point of view, that is sales. Am I right?
Yes.
Our point of view, assuming that you are the person purchasing the goods, your point of view, it is purchases. Vendor point of view, it is a sales. So when he deliver the goods, say for example, the lorry is entering into the godown premises or factory premises. At the gate itself, they will verify the goods, what is the stock is received, and what is the from whom they have received. Everything they have verified. Along with that, the vendor will send the invoice to the lorry, along with lorry itself, one copy. Otherwise, they will send a copy through soft copy, through mail or WhatsApp, whatever it is. So once we received the invoice from the vendor, which invoice from his point of view, sales invoice. From our point of view, we have to create a invoice in the SAP. So what we are booking here, we are booking a vendor liability. That simply we can say that what is the entry we are going to post? Vendor is getting credited. Since stock is received, stock is getting debited. So we are booking a invoice or we are posting a entry in the SAP as per the invoice received from the vendor. He will clearly mention in the invoice at what is the value of the material he has sent. Am I right, Ashish?
Yes.
Right. So here your point is who booking this invoice you're asking.
Hmm.
So one the stores department, it is the background, it is there, guys. Stores person, he will receive, otherwise, once the stock is received, the stores person he just enter the what is the quantity of the stock received. He don't even enter what is the value of the stock received. But even though he is entering only the quantity of the stock received, in the background, because of the configuration, whatever we are doing in the system, that we call it as a FI and MM integration. Finance module and material management module, both these modules are integrated with each other. Because of that integration, even though the stores person is not entering the value, is entering the stock received, the quantity is entering, accounting entry like inventory account debit, vendor account is automatically posted in the SAP, in the FI module. Here, I'm hiding some information about the accounting entries which are getting posted. The reason is I don't want to confuse you about these entries. At the initial time, these entries are not very important. So the explanation, whatever I given right now, at 10%, I will change it when we come to this concept. For the time being, you just assume that when goods are received, we have a responsibility that we have to record that goods value and we have to record the liability towards vendor. That is process we call it as a invoice booking. Right? As per the invoice, we have to make the payment. I hope it's clear, Ashish. If you have any doubt, you can ask me still.
Yes, yes, it is clear.
Okay. Yeah. So, oh yeah, it is one of the standard business process about procurement. Because of the standard business process, in each type of activity, means it is a procurement. Like that, we have the another standard business process. I'm not going to explain, but I'll show you the picture. It is about sales. What is this example? First, marketing department, they go for the enquiries. Enquiry means what? They look for the prospective customers. Once they finalize the customer, what customer will do? They place their order. According to customer order, in the SD, in the SAP sales department, they create the sales order. Against the sales order, they deliver the goods. Against the delivery, there is a customer billing. Once customer billing is done, there is a payment from the customer. I am not explained very clearly because there are n number of standard business processes are there here. There is a flow. We have to follow this flow in each business activity. So here, because of this standard business process, this SAP is got a prominence among all other ERPs. But here, one important thing is there. What we discussed, enquiries about the material, accepting the quotations from the vendor, analysis and finalization of vendor. So enquiries, accepting the quotations, finalization of vendor, creation of purchase order, creation of purchase requisition, creation of purchase order, deliver the goods against purchase order, booking vendor invoice, payment to the vendor. These are the points we discussed right now. Just now we discussed. These are the points we discussed right now. Okay. Here, SAP, they have not make it as this procedure as a rigid. It is telling that I have given you these many options. One procurement process. Out of this, I am making this as optional. I am making this as optional. What? Quotations, inquiry about the vendors, finalization of vendors. It is optional. If you follow these steps, it's very good. If you are not following, still there is no problem. But these are the steps are there, right? These are the steps are mandatory. You have to follow this. There is no exception in it. They have given some liberty as well. Means, say for example, a small organization is there. For small organization, will it really go for the inquiries? Will they take the quotations from the vendors? Because in small organizations, doing all these activities in SAP, it takes little bit cost. They have to incur more cost. So if you are willing to follow it, follow it. If you are not, then leave it. But these are the steps are there, right? You have to follow this. There is no doubt. This is one of the example. I'll make it as clear. So SAP history. This is not very important, but anyway, I'll come after 10 to 15 minutes to this topic. We go here. So this is important part. What is this? In SAP, in SAP, in SAP, there are different various modules are there. Modules like functional modules, technical modules. Modules like are given here. FI. What is this FI? Finance, CO, controlling, material management, PP, production planning, SD, sales and distribution, PM, plant maintenance, human resources, treasury management, document management system. PS means what? Project systems. So these are the example of some modules which are there in the SAP. Not only this, I was unable to accommodate in this here. So I skipped few modules over here. These modules are can be further bifurcated into like this. Like what? Finance module, then logistics module, then human resource module. In the finance module, we primarily looking into SAP FI and SAP CO. Tomorrow I will explain this very clearly. You don't worry, guys. Okay, I will explain in detail about this. When it comes to the logistics module in SAP, logistics is the one of the biggest concept. What all comes under this logistics? Material management, production planning, SD, PM, and other modules. So this is a very huge concept. But no one will be perfect in all these modules, not possible. Each module is having different consultants. Here, I'll try to explain a little bit about the each module because just I wanted to know that how each module is working. But anyway, we are concentrating on the FI and CO. Just little bit brief for your understanding. We'll start with the What is means material management module. It is one of the module in the SAP. All procurement related activities, and all material management related activities. Procurement means what? What is the material to be procured? From whom they have to procure? At what price they have to procure? And once the material received, where we need to keep that material? How to handle that material? So all those activities which is surrounded to the material will be handled through the material management module. Once the module is handling the material related things, assuming that the people purchase the material, then material will be converted into finished product, right? Raw material will be converted into finished product. Who will do that activity? The process which is involved from conversion of raw material to finished product. There are different business processes are there, are different stages are there to convert the raw material into finished product. Those activities will be handled by this PP module. How the raw material is issued, how the overheads to be booked, how the conversion cost is to be booked, how the joint products to be handled, how the byproducts to be handled, how the bill of material, these things will be handled. Bob, you might have listened. Those activities will be taken care by the production plan. This guy purchased the material. This PP guy is converted the raw material into finished product. Then what SD will do? SD, the finished product will sell that finished product to the customers. So while selling, what SD will do? That SD guys will do that. Who is our prospective customers? How to issue quotations to those customers? How to finalize the customers? Once the customer is finalized, how we need to create the sales orders? Against the sales order, how we need to deliver the goods? Once the delivery is goods, how the delivery is recorded, how the billing is generated, all those aspects will be taken care by the SD module. PM, plant maintenance. Plant maintenance means what? So to convert the raw material into finished product, we need a factory. In that factory, there are lot of machineries are there. Otherwise, take an example. Whenever you see the real estate businesses, like infrastructure businesses, take Hyderabad metro as an example, or any metro. You can see a huge machineries only in majorly in what is that? Infrastructure companies. Infrastructure companies, they have used very big machineries. All those machineries are moving machineries, procliners, JCBs, you have seen, right? So if you are a person, if you are unable to know that what where is this machinery, where is this procliner, in which project it is working, where is it exactly, if you are unable to track that where is your machinery, then how you can trace it out? You have three, assuming that you have say see, you might have seen all these missions where in the infra company. You have different projects. In Hyderabad, you have project, Bangalore, you have project, and all other cities, you may have the project. If assuming that this is your mission, if by sitting in the office, if you are unable to trace it out, where is this procliner? Then how can you have the control over the machinery or the asset? It's not possible, right? And whatever the expenditure that you are incurring on that machinery, you may have incurred repairing expenditure, maintenance expenditure, and daily diesel and etc. etc. So if you don't maintain the proper record for each mission, then where you will book all these expenditure that you are incurring on the particular machinery? Not possible, right? So what this PM model will do that plant maintenance. They will maintain the plants means machineries. Where is this machinery? They can easily track by sitting in the head office, even the projects are there at different locations. Then human resources. As you know that in every organization, in each department, there are employees. These employees having different for these employees, organization need to pay salaries, they need to maintain PF, they need to maintain the ESI, and you know that bonuses, you have different components as a part of salary, right? And medical facilities, we need to maintain everything. So to handle these human resources, human capital related activities, SAP has provided the model called HRM, Human Resources and Management. And treasury management. Treasury means what? Treasury means, you know that very well. The funds which are there in the organization, how to utilize those funds, how to take the funds from the banks, how to take the funds from the customers, how we need to utilize these funds for on the different projects, or how to we need to pay for the different vendors within the resources available, within the money is available. Those related things are handled through the treasury management. DMS. DMS means document management system. What is this module? You know, whenever you are posting an accounting entry in the system, you will maintain a physical copy which is supporting that accounting entry. You will maintain a file. In that file, you will keep one document. You can call it as a receipt, or you can call it as an invoice, you can call it as XYZ, whatever it is. So whatever entry that you are posting in the system, the document which is supporting as evidence to that entry, you are making as a file for future references, right? So SAP has introduced a model called DMS. If you are keeping the files in the physical form, there is a chance that there might be damages to that file, or there is a chance of losing that file. Chances are there, right? There will be fire accident, someone has taken, stolen, whatever it is. So these supporting evidences we can keep in the SAP system itself while posting the entry. Those transactions, those documents, while posting itself, we can keep as a supporting document by using this DMS module. Then PS. PS means project systems. Project systems. Project systems means this project system module is majorly used by infrastructure companies. The reason is, take an example, National Highway Authority of India is given a project to the L&T to construct a 100 kilometers highway between 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 Hyderabad and Vijayawada, assuming that. Okay. So while giving that project, this National Highway Authority to the L&T, it put a lot of conditions. Conditions like this is a highway, two-way road. Supporting to this highway, there should be two service lines beside to the highway, and there must be a divider between these two lines. In the divider, there should be a plantation. At the edge of the road, there is a footpath for 3 or 4 feet. And for every 2-3 kilometers, there is a bus shelter. After the edge, after the footpath, there should be a fencing because no animals should enter into the to the highway. And wherever it is required, there should be a flyovers to cross the road. So who is putting these restrictions? The person who is giving the project is putting that conditions. So it's simply looking like construction of or laying 100 kilometers of highway. It's not like that. It's not simple. Everything is a project. So L&T department, what they will do? This project which is taken from the government, they split that. What? Service road is one project. Main highway is one road, one project. Divider between the road, one project. Plantation on the divider is one project. Footpath is another project. That flyovers is another project. Bus shelters is another project. That fencing Beside the roads is one project. So, like that, the entire project will be splitted into different projects. And unless we split like that, the company cannot manage it easily. So once the project is split into different pieces, each piece is called as a project. So what is the benefit? Each project can be adequately budgeted. They allocate the budget. They properly allocate the human resources. And next one. Then they can track and monitor the progress of each project, each piece. So if they keep it as one project, it is not possible. So in order to monitor, we have to split the project into different pieces and monitor each project separately. We use a module called PS module. PS module. Now, you imagine, guys, you imagine what? Either this MM module, material purchase, finance is involved, PP module, conversion of material, finance is involved, SD, sales, revenue is involved, plant, finance is involved, human capital, finance is involved, treasury, finance is involved. There is no finance here. In the PS, finance is involved. Means what? In every project, there is a component called finance. All financial related activities which is happening in every module will be taken care by the FI module. So that's why finance module, we call it as a head of all modules. Finance module, we call it as a head for all the modules. Those who are working in the finance module, those guys have they majorly only FI candidates will have major communication with the management. Why? Because finance is the main thing. The organization, they can see its face, how we can see our face in the mirror. Like that, every organization, it sees their face in the financial statements. And all these financial related activities, we can handle through FI module. All financial related activities may be the cost, may not be the cost. Example, you have purchased a material from the vendor. Is it a financial transaction? Anyone can answer? Yes, it is a
Yes, sir.
financial transaction. So, can you say that it is a cost or not a cost? Since you are purchased, definitely it is a cost, right? Financial transaction and it is a cost. Costing the transaction. We will take another example. You have taken 1 crore loan from the bank. Is it a financial transaction? 100% is a financial transaction. Is it a cost? No. No, it's not a cost. So, are you putting any expenditure by taking the loan? Don't confuse here. All financial transactions are not related to the cost. It's not related to costing activities. So you purchased material from the vendor. The purchase is it's a costing activity. But the payment you are doing to the vendor, it is not a costing activity. What is cost? You are spending out, the resources going out. That is only the expenditure. Simply, I'll give you one example. I'll tell you one trick. If you are confusing, differentiate the costing related activity or non-costing related activity. You simply assume that balance sheet and P&L account. If any transaction is posting in the balance sheet, any financial transaction is posting in the balance sheet, that is not a cost. As simple as that. If you are posting any finance transaction, that to expenditure side, then that is related to the costing activities. Salary is a cost. Salary paid to the employee may be the cost. But the bank, whatever it is going from the balance sheet, it is not a cost, right? You have to differentiate. So finally, what I'm telling you, all financial related activities will be handled through the FI and the costing related activities handled through the CO. So the management, they wants to track costing related activities. They want to see the costing related reports. They want to optimize the cost. They want to reduce the cost. They want to go for reduction of cost. So if why they want to do that, in order to maximize the profit, they have to reduce the cost. If they want to reduce the cost, they need to have proper control on the costing. When they can have the proper control on the costing, when they have proper reporting, or when proper reports are available about the cost, then they have the control. So those information the management will get from controlling module. So here I have not explained very detailed. I have not done. I just given brief about it. How other modules are linked with the FI module. That's what I'm trying to establish. Okay. So we majorly concentrating on FI and CO. Tomorrow we will see that what is this FI module and what are the components are there and why we are learning this, how this finance module is useful to the business. We will see this tomorrow. You don't worry about it. Okay, I'm not discussing in detail about the FI. We'll see it tomorrow. Then, so there are different projects in the SAP. In the SAP. Those projects, we may name it as implementation project, rollout project, support project, upgradation project. Once your course is completed, after you clear the interview, you will start your life as a SAP consultant. You are doing consulting activities, either any of these project. Here, at the at right now, it is not possible to give a detailed discussion about this. It's not possible. When we are taking the class specifically about the project, that time I will clearly explain this project. About these projects. See here, I'll give you one line explanation to the each type of project. Implementation project. Implementation project means there is a company A Limited. What? A Limited. It is using a ERP. It is not an SAP. Assuming that the A Limited is using Tally. So they are not very happy. They are not very happy with this Tally. They want to go for the SAP. So they will approach the different companies, and this is the first time the SAP will be implemented in the company A Limited. So for the first time, the bringing this SAP tool into the this company A Limited, as a ERP package, we will call it as a implementation. First time we are implementing. Then what is support? I'll come to the rollout later. Support means assuming that A Limited is incorporated 20 years back and for last 10 years, the A Limited is using the SAP, is using the SAP. But while using this SAP, they are facing some issues or they want a new features in the SAP. Whatever it is, the reason. While using the SAP, A Limited need a support from whom? From whom? Different companies who is providing the SAP related services. So this A Limited approaches the a company which is providing SAP related service, and they will pay some amount to that company, the SAP support company, and they will take or they will seek support from these consultants in their day-to-day business activities. So sometimes they face a lot of issues while processing the data. As a user, they cannot resolve all those issues. They need an expert who can resolve these issues. So that's why they go for the project, a support project. Rollout project. What do you mean by rollout project? Rollout project means, as we discussed, A Limited is a 20 years old company. For last 10 years, this A Limited using the SAP. This A Limited purchased the B company, company B. We call it as a acquisitions. A Limited acquired the company B Limited. Here, company B is using, assuming that a software, call it as a Oracle Finance. What? Company B is using Oracle Finance. Before this B Limited acquired by the A Limited, it is working under the different management. Now, it has to operate under the management of A Limited, right? So, this is using SAP, this is using Oracle. Both are not, means both are not the same systems. For the management, it is very difficult to handle these two systems. So what they will do? They will approach a company which is providing the SAP services and asks that you please rolled out all SAP features which are there in the A Limited to the B Limited as well. What? We are rolling out the SAP features which are there in the A Limited, the same features to the B Limited. Once the rollover is completed, so the B Limited is also using the SAP tool. Those are called as support projects. Even though I'm explaining in one line, but it is a little bit lengthy procedure. Months will take. It's not that much easy to complete these projects. Then upgradation project. What do you mean by upgradation project? Upgradation project means as we know that in every product there is a upgradation. Say for example, you purchased a iPhone today. Say for example, I don't know what is the latest 15, I think so, right? Tomorrow it will come 15 plus, 15 Pro. Next year 16. Next to next year 17. So what are these? The phone is same. they're adding few features in the phone. Those features, how the features are adding into the, even for small products, the SAP is also going to add a new features into the SAP. Those are called new versions. Once the version is changed, few companies they want to go for the new versions. Those type of projects, transferring from old version to new version, we call it as a upgradation project. Upgradation project. We call it as upgradation projects. After you become a consultant, you may work any of these project. So the next one, it's very important for you. Before starting this, if you have any questions till now, you can ask me, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask. Okay, if you have no doubt. So all of you here, almost 9 members are there. Almost there are 9 members. Please, some Samsung is there, right? Please enter your name while joining so that we can recognize your name, right? So the management is tracking that who is joining, and please understand. Okay. Please, tomorrow onwards while joining, please enter your name over here. Don't give your mobile name or laptop name over. Please try to understand, guys. Right. So you may have the doubt. This is the basic doubt I used to have when I learned the SAP. What is that? What exactly we do after learning this course? What exactly we do after learning this course? Where I will be? Where I will be? What is my position? What is my role? What I need to do after learning the SAP? These are the questions. These are the questions. These are the questions you may have. I used to have. Definitely, you will have these questions. So if it's a one of the, otherwise, after getting this explanation, all your doubts may be clear that why you are learning. After learning this, where you will be, how you will reach that place. After reaching that place, what you will do. You will get the clarity. I will explain with an example. Take an example. There is a Hyundai group. You know very well Honda, right? Hyundai cars are there, Hyundai vehicles are there. Even Hyderabad Metro is also, the train is also Hyundai company. It is a very big group. It is a multinational company. This Hyundai assumption, guys, okay? I've given an example I given. Is not satisfied with, this Honda is not satisfied with, existing ERP package. It's not satisfied. So what they decided? They decided that they want to use the SAP. So they have purchased SAP from SAP Bangalore. We have the SAP office in the Bangalore. We generally call it as SAP Bangalore. They purchased SAP license from the SAP Bangalore company. So even though the Honda company is purchased the SAP, the Honda company cannot use this SAP directly. Not possible. It is as simple as that. You are staying in 1 BHK right now. You are very uncomfortable and you want to construct a 3 BHK House. You purchased steel, you purchased cement, sand, bricks, everything you purchased with your money. Can you construct your house on your own? Not possible. Unless you are a skilled one in that, right? Generally, even though I purchase sand, cement, bricks, steel, everything I purchased, can I construct my house? Not possible. Like that, even though this SAP is purchased by the Hyundai, Hyundai cannot implement that. What you will do? You will approach a good contractor nearer to you within your budget, and you will give the plan to that person. And according to that plan, the contractor will start constructing your house. At some time, it will be completed. Like that, this Hyundai company, it looks for or it go for the quotations. What this company will give an ad that, or it go for the enquiry that to whom they had to go for inquiry? Example say Infosys, Wipro, TCS, Capgemini, Genpact. What are the companies you know, multinational companies or small companies? They will the Honda will go for those companies. I want this SAP need to be implemented in my premises. Okay. Please tell me, please tell me, please tell me, please tell me, please tell me. At what price you can take up this project? What time? How much time it requires? Next one, price. Price. Say, take it as a Wipro, then take it as a TCS. Then what is this? Infosys. Right? So Wipro is saying that since your organization is very big, I will complete this project in 2 years. 2 years. This is telling that I can do it in 1.5 years. This is telling that I can do it in 2.5 years or anything. Cognizant may be there, it may say that 1 year, within 1 year. It is charging that I will charge 50 crores. It is telling that I can charge 45 crores. It is telling that I will charge 85 crores. Roughly, I'm giving that. So, who is telling that? These companies are telling that if you want me to implement this SAP into your premises in your organization, so I require this much time and I will charge this much amount. This much amount. So then Hyundai will take a decision on the quotations received from the various companies. What is that? So it will consider not only the price, it will also consider the time, and it will also consider the reputation of these companies which is there in the market, goodwill. So it does don't think that always based on the price the project will be selected. Not like that, guys. Not like that. It will take different points into the consideration while deciding which one is the better. So assuming that this Wipro has been selected, finalized. So now on Wipro point of view, this Hyundai will call it as a client. Hyundai point, Wipro point of view, Hyundai will be call it as a client. Hyundai point of view, Wipro will be called as implementing partner. This terminology is important. Hyundai point of view, this Wipro is implementing partner. This Wipro point of view, Honda is client. Now, this is a point where your questions will be cleared. Now, there is a team between us. Right now, there is a project taking place between Honda and Wipro, right? From Honda side, there is a team. From Wipro side, there is a team. Honda side, there is a team. From Wipro side, there is a team. The team which is there from Wipro, these people are capable to implement the SAP in Honda as per the requirement of the Honda team. These are well trained and well experienced candidates. These are the users from the Honda side. These guys, they are masters and they are very well known about their business process. And these guys knows that what are the problems they are facing in the existing system. What are the problems they are facing in the existing system? And they are very familiar. They know that what is the problem they are facing, and they knows that very clearly what they required new features in their accounting system. And the very important thing is these guys are capable of explaining the what is the requirement they have to this team. You're getting my point, right? So if you are constructing a house, you know that where the bedroom should be there, where is the cupboard should be there, where is the puja gadget should be there, and where is the washroom. You know very clearly that which one has to be placed where. You have the requirement, very clear requirement. Like that, these guys have very clear requirement about their business process and they're capable of explaining to this team. This team will take the requirement from the Honda team, and according to the requirement, they will implement the SAP in the Honda. We call this team as a consultants. We call this team as a core team members. Core team members. Otherwise, business users. You can call it with any name. Okay? Yes. So now point where you are after learning this course. So since you are learning FI, you will be placed as a FI consultant. If you are learning MM, you will be as a MM consultant. You will be as a MM consultant. So your place is this in this project. Your role might be senior consultant, junior consultant, associate, or analyst. What? Whatever the experience you are carrying in your profile, or whatever the experience you are carrying in your resume, whatever it is, based on your experience, based on your skill, either you will be as a senior consultant or junior consultant or associate or analyst. But ultimately, whatever it is your role, you will be placed here. You will be placed here. You may have the doubt. How I reach this place? How you will reach this place? There are many options. Once you learn this course, once you feel that you perfect yourself, first you have to feel yourself that I am perfect in this module. When you feel that, you keep or you prepare one profile or resume, you will update that resume in the different websites like Naukri, Monster, or different websites are there, right? You will upload your resumes over there. These Wipro company, like Wipro company, TCS, and different companies, they will take the services of those websites to recruit the people. So they will take the dump of all the resumes from these websites, and they will screen the resumes. Which resume is more suitable for us? Which resume is more suitable for us? So assuming that your resume they have been shortlisted, they have shortlisted your resume. After that, they will inform you either through call or through mail. We have shortlisted your resume. We have seen your profile in the Naukri. We have shortlisted it. If you are free, we are going to conduct an interview in the next Sunday or next Saturday. They will take your appointment to conduct the interview. So as per the appointment given by you, the respect time slot, you will be interviewed. If you are fulfilling the requirements of this Wipro company, those who are taking the interview, then you will be selected. You will be selected. And you will be selected. Another option, in few companies, they will announce internally that we need 10 FICO consultants right now. If you have any of your friends or colleagues who are interested, please refer those resumes. So if your friends are working in the different organizations, if they have the requirement like that, definitely they will refer or they will forward your resumes. Once it is forwarded, again it is the same story. You will be screened. Means they'll short it out, like they will conduct the interview and they will decide whether they need to select you or not. So ultimately, you yourself assume that you selected, you have been placed over here. Now you understand what is the project, you understand what are the teams and what are the persons are there in the teams, and how you will be placed in the team, you will know that. So then what you will do here after joining, guys, give me just 10 minutes, please. Of course, we are running out of time. I can complete this and we'll start tomorrow again another concept. Just 10 minutes. After you place it here, what you will do? Generally, we'll have the question, right? Assuming that you have been placed in a project right now, what you will do? Yes, the project manager will explain about the project. Hi Suresh or hi Ramesh, whatever is the name. I have been placing you in this project as a senior or junior consultant. We are going to implement SAP for the big client Hyundai. Your role is as FSO consultant or FA consultant. You have to do so much activity. You have to do you have to take the requirement from this team and accordingly you need to implement the SAP. Then what you will do? So what you will do means, so these are the content. You see, these are the Excel sheets, right? These are the content I'm going to teach you as a part of this course. As a part of this course. Once you learned this one, after you attended, you practiced, and finally you feel that yourself you are very clear and you are good. You are feeling confident. Then you apply for the job. So whatever you have learned during this course, the same activity, the same activity, just whatever you learn, the same things you do as a part of this implementation project. As a part of this implementation project. Right. When I learned this course some years back, I was very confused that what I will do after learning this. I don't know. You before joining the class, you may have the same doubt. What I will do? That is very important. What you are, what are your roles and responsibilities? Unless we don't know our boundaries, then what to learn, what to do. So first you should know that what I am, where I will be, what I'm going to do. Right? In this topic, if you have any doubts, you can ask me, guys. Okay, we'll go for this explanation. It's not very important. Not very important. It takes only 5 minutes. So, guys, one thing, how you joined the class today, the same way, every day, I'll keep the class link in the same website. Same website here, right? So once you click on that link, you will find a below here to join the link here. So every day you can find, every day I'll paste a link here. You just, you have this website link with you, right? So come here and you click on this link every day, you can join the meeting. I am not going to share you personally through your WhatsApp numbers. Okay. So tomorrow also I definitely I'll share this link. But once you join there, you will find the link over here. You just click here and you are entered into the Zoom meeting. Okay. So, history. It's not very much important. Just I want to let you know some evaluation of this SAP. In the market, as of now, there are two types of versions are there. One is ECC environment, second one is S4HANA environment. ECC and S4HANA, both are there. Still, this is the latest version, S4HANA. This is a little bit old version. Still, 60% of the market, SAP market, 60 to 65 market, they're using the ECC only. Only 30 to 35% share, they're using the HANA. Here, since you don't know, after you joining, after you start your career as SAP consultant, you don't know that you will be working in the ECC environment or S4 environment. You don't know that. Unless the project is decided, unless project is finalized, if it is support project, definitely it is a ECC. So you don't know that on which environment you are working. So it is your responsibility to know the both. To know the both. Here I am teaching you both S4HANA and ECC because you need to know both. But don't think that this completely scrapped and this has been started. Don't think like that. Don't think like that. The change between the ECC and S4HANA is only the major change in the database. What? The major change is database. What do you mean by database? Database means it is the place. Database means it is the place. Database means it is the place. Database means it is the place where we can store the business data. Database is the place where we can keep or where we can store the data of our company. What do you mean by data? Data means it can be a master data about vendors or customers or materials, etc., etc., etc. And transactional data. Transactional data means what? The daily business transactions, whatever you are going to post in the system, like sales, purchases, salaries, commission, etc., etc., etc. What are all those transactions? Those transactional data, these master data, this transactional data, and where we keep this data, this is called as a data. Where we keep this data, we call it as a database. So in ECC environment, SAP is used to dependent on Oracle database, MySQL database. Oracle database and MySQL database. So SAP felt that I have this much demand in the market. Why should I depend on other companies' database? Understand? So then what it started? It has started SAP itself. It has started one database. The database we called as a ANA database. Those clients who are using the HANA database, sorry, HANA, their data will be stored in the HANA database itself. Major 100% change between ECC and S/4HANA is database. When it comes to the front end configuration, there is a change. The change between this ECC and S/4HANA is 85%. Whatever you learn in the ECC, the same is there in the S/4HANA without any change. 15 to 20% change is there. Those a little bit screens are updated in the S/4HANA. Business process not changed. The screens has been changed. So if you are upgraded to those 15% changes, then you can equally work in S/4HANA and ECC as well. So this S/4HANA, that SAP company is claiming that what it is claiming, SAP, if you shift before that one point, SAP is telling that you please, dear clients, whoever are following the ECC, please transfer to, or please convert to, or please migrate to S/4HANA as soon as possible. As soon as possible. So then customers may get angry because the migration from ECC to S/4HANA is not that much easy. It requires a lot of resources. Use cost. So the clients may enter into fight with SAP that you have not put any condition when I entered agreement with you while purchasing the software. Then why you are asking me to shift from ECC to S/4HANA? It requires huge resources, huge expenditure. If you are forcing me like that, I don't use SAP. I'll go for other ERP. Right? If you force me like that, I don't use your product. I'll go for another one. Then SAP claiming that I am not forcing you to come to S/4HANA. There are many benefits. It is explaining like that. I have increased the performance in the S/4HANA. It is more faster and fastest than ECC. There is no duplication of the data. You can get any report in fraction of seconds or fraction of minutes. That much fastness is not there in the ECC. So not only for me, for you also, there are a lot of benefits. If you migrate to S/4HANA, it is climbing like that. Means whenever you want to sell the product to someone, you can directly say that you buy it. Don't, whatever you say, what will you say? You will explain what are the benefits are there if they purchase this product, right? So like that, he is claiming that what are the benefits are there. He is trying to explain everything to the ECC clients to migrate that. Anyway, either ECC or S/4HANA, ECC or S/4HANA, they have to depend on SAP. Any client who is using ECC or S/4HANA, they have to take the support from the SAP because the product is belonging to SAP, right? So SAP is telling that the date still not confirmed. I think 2035 or 2030. It's telling that SAP, if you have any issues while using this tool, the TCC, I am going to provide my service up to 2030 or 2035. The date is still not finalized. Okay. So it is nothing but customer service. I can provide you my service, supporting service till up to 2030 or 2035. After that, I will not going to provide any service from my end. You forcefully or you have to migrate to the S4HANA. It is climbing like that, right? These are the different versions which are available in the market. So actually, this SAP initially ECC means ERP centralized components. Centralized components. This SAP first started in 1972. It is the German product. It is German product. It has developed first generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generations. We call it as a R1, R2, R3. You know that those who are having little bit understanding about these softwares, in every software, we need to have what? These three are must. Presentation server, what? Presentation server, application server, database. Application means the interface we are entering the data. Presentation where we can see the output. Database means where we can keep the data output, right? These three are important ones. So in the R1 means first generation, it has worked on one tier architecture. One tier architecture means what? All these components they have placed in one server. Since they have placed in one server, the fastness of the system has been reduced. Assuming that you keep lot of data into your phone will get starts hang up, right? It was these problems were there previously, now these are resolved. So the fastness of the system is little bit slow. In the second generation, 1979, they have come up with two-tier architecture. What they have done here, the presentation server, they kept in one server, and application and database they put in the another server. Means they have increased the bandwidth of the server so that sorry, so that their space has been increased, the data processing, the performance has been increased. When it comes to the third generation, they have started the architecture is three-tier architecture. Three-tier architecture means what? Application component server, presentation server, and database server. They have kept all these into different servers. So that what happened? The place is huge. So that it has got lot of space to manipulate the data, processing the data. Because of that, the performance of the SAP has got increased like anything. After that, in the 2015, they have started S4HANA environment. S4HANA environment. They come up with a new feature called S4HANA. So, see, gap here 1972, 1979, 1992. Different versions are there. Different, lot of time gap is there. But once they have started the S4HANA, every year they have started the new version, S4HANA version. All these are market tactics because they have to prove that their existence in the market. They started in 2015, they got evaluated like this. First two digits, you assume that, not assume, it is a year. Next two digits, it's a month. So next version 2016 from 2017. So 2017 09 means what? September month. They have released one more version. In the 2018 September, they have released one more version. 2019 September, they have released one more version. From 2020 onwards, they have changed the name like S4HANA 2020 version, 21 version, 23 version, 24, like that they have started. But up to that place, up to 2020, we then version is include two things. One is the year, the second one is the month. So you feel that, assuming that you have learned 1709 version, do you require to learn 1809 version? Not like that, guys. Not like that. If you are learned ECC, then you can work on all these environments. Say, for example, you have taken 13 iPhone, 13 version iPhone, and next year, 14 has came. 14 has came. Is it mean that do you find any major differences between 14 and 13 and 15? What they have identified? What they increase performance? They might have increased size. They might have increased the security features. They might have increased the camera features. They might have increased other features. But ultimately, what is the purpose of the phone? The phone that is not has been changed. Performance has been increased. Like that, in SAP S4 also, they're releasing the new versions. Releasing new versions. They have added a little more features. That is only the change, that the entire version has not been changed. Do you understand that, guys? Okay. This is a little bit about history. Tomorrow, we are going to see in detail about finance module. We are running almost 20 minutes out of time, and thanks for your time, guys. If you have any doubt, you please ask me. This is for you. This time is for yours. Guys, anyone having any doubt? Tomorrow, I'll explain everything about the finance module, and I'll explain about the servers. Everything I'll explain. And I'm going to explain that what are the content we are going to learn during this class, and what are the notes you will be available. What are the record in case if you have not attended the class due to any some circumstances, some urgency, then where you will get the recordings. Everything I will explain tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll get the more clarity about our course. Yes. During about today's class, if you have any doubt, you please ask me, guys. And please join with your name if you have while joining the class. No doubt. Everyone are clear?
Yes, clear, sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. If you have no doubt, you may leave, guys. No problem. Please join on the same link which you have seen today. Join today. Okay. Madam, sir, Samsung, what is your name? Can I know? Samsung SM.
Lavanya.
Yeah, Lavanya garu. Please join with your name, madam, tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, guys. With your permission, I'm taking leave. We'll join tomorrow again, and we will discuss more detail about the FI tomorrow. Thank you all. Thanks for your time. Bye bye.
Okay, thank you, sir. Have a
Yeah.
nice day. Bye.